Electric Cafe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Electric Cafe. In this video I wanted to share the new EP by 60th Parallel that just came out last month on Mezzanine Way Records. And this is the second time I featured this band on the channel, and you know, it's kind of a great story of a band who was around in the 80s, had some minor success, had a promising career, and a promising sound from what I know about the band, as far as kind of being an outsider of the band, and just kind of I've probably found 60th Parallel somewhere around like 15 or 20 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, just on accident, just kind of searching through Discogs like I normally do, and search for new music that's it's kind of like a rabbit hole. For kind of the collector, and kind of like a Wikipedia page. It's very just text only, and there's some pictures, but you can check samples and stuff of music if people post the music. But it's more of that sort of old-fashioned. I was checking out Mary's Danish, the Los Angeles band, which I remember back when I was a kid, and they were on the 60th Parallel, and Mary's Danish were on the same compilation back in I think it was 88, and the 60th Parallel had the track called Into Bliss, I believe, and that was the title of the EP that they came out in 1988. And just a strange coincidence, the drummer, his name is Damian Murray, he contacted me just yesterday and asked if I could, or I really just wanted to see if I would check out his new album, and I was honored that he would contact me and let me check out their new EP. It's just a really strange coincidence that I reviewed it a couple months ago, and then they're reforming, and putting out an EP almost 37 years later than the first EP. So it's a really nice success story of a band kind of going back to what they did, and I think that's kind of the great thing about this period of being able to support smaller artists and still have them, maybe they don't have a jet-setting career and play a lot of shows and tour around the world, but they can still be supported, and people can enjoy their music, and they can play some local shows, play some some small tours and stuff like that, maybe even open for a bigger band, and this EP is a really strong EP as well, and I was a bit surprised, taken back by how catchy a lot of the songs were. I was really liking what I hear, and it definitely sounds like an American band. They're from Long Beach, from my home state of California. I put a link down below if you'd like to check out more of their music and stay up on it. Also support this EP if you'd like. I'll get a chance to play all 6 songs on here, and you'll see my score as well as my overall score for the EP. And it's funny, when I talked to Damian Murray, the drummer from this band, it's a lot of times I compare bands to other bands, and it's just kind of give you guys, the listener, or somebody who might be checking out or be interested in checking them out. If I say that, hey, they sound like The Cure, then if you like The Cure, you're gonna be like, oh, I gotta check them out, right? So sometimes I do that just as kind of a comparison. And funny enough, when I said that I felt like from the first EP, before I got a chance to hear this one, that I felt like they kind of reminded me of The Church. And Damien said, I love The Church. And in fact, The Church actually came and saw them in concert early on when they first started, I guess, playing together. And so the actual Church band went and saw them play. So it's just a strange coincidence. So I think first off, I'll start with track number 4, called Pale Face Fading. This is my favorite song of the 6. I really like the changes in the song. If I was the band, I would probably do a video for this for the song. It's super catchy song. It's very catchy, and it definitely grabs your attention. I love the chorus in it, and I really like how it doesn't go back and do a third chorus. I really like that sort of technique, or that strategy. When you're doing like an indie rock song or an alternative rock song, and you don't necessarily go back to the chorus the third time and just kind of end it, but it kind of makes you want to play it again, and it doesn't fully resolve itself. It doesn't really. A lot of times when you do a chorus the third time, it really kind of nails it. It really embellishes it, and it becomes catchy. Well, that's great and all too, but when you do it two times, or even maybe just do the chorus one time, very rare, but sometimes you do it two times, it makes you like, the first time you're like, oh, that's really good. The second time you're like, and then the third time you don't get it, and you're like, oh, I want to play it again. So it makes you want to play the track again. I don't know if they purposely did that, but I noticed that a lot as one kind of strategy when you're writing songs is if you don't go back to the third chorus, it makes the listener want to repeat that song and play it again so they can kind of get back to it. And that, as somebody who is in a band or something like that, I would think you would want, the people listening to continue to want to play your music more and more. And that's kind of a small strategy that I've noticed over the years. Really like Annabelle. I have to definitely commend the singer. I feel like this is a hard song to sing. There's definitely some notes on here and some keys that he sings in that aren't necessarily easy. And so I definitely commend him on his singing in this particular song, the way it flows and things like that. It's just, I would imagine it's not an easy song to hit. There's some notes in there that could be challenging, I suppose, for a singer. But the sounds of the guitar are really nice on here, and it's really a triumphant sounding song, even though it has a little bit of melancholy in there. Well, melancholy as well, so it's a nice balance. Another track that I really like is track number 3, Now That I Know. Has a little bit more of a shoegaze feel on this track, and I really like the harmonies in this track. Some good chorus as well. Track number 2, the bass line reminds me of New Order. It's kind of a hooky, Peter Hook kind of bass line in there with the changes. Kind of reminds me of New Order a lot in the mid to late 90s. Almost sounds like Dream Attack by Off Technique, if I can say that, just on for a little bit there. Not necessarily doesn't have the keyboards for it, but just kind of the bass line in there and the changes. Track number 6 reminds me a little bit of The Cure, kind of with the bass and the guitar and the drums. Kind of has that kind of pacing of a kind of Wish period. Overall, this is a really good recording. I really like the EP. Really like the songs. A lot of catchiness on here. I think these songs would go over great live. They got a nice, good energy to them driving, a little bit of melancholy, a little bit of atmosphere on the tracks. Everybody's, as far as the musicians, everybody's doing a good job. Sounds nice and cohesive, nice and tight. Band sounds good together. Really like the songs, and there's a nice balance of different types of songs in here to make up a strong EP. I think the only critique I would have about this album or this EP is that it wasn't an album. I think a couple more songs and you have a really strong album. Sometimes I feel like albums get more of a notice than EPs because they're I don't know. It's just more of a hey, we're putting out an album instead we're just putting out an EP. But I do kind of wish this had a couple more songs and was an album. I definitely want to thank Damian Murray for letting me play his their EP on my channel. A lot of times when an artist contacts you and you're like, oh, I meant no offense, I don't have copyright to your music. I just want to share it. I really like your music and that's the great thing. Damian Murray, class act, for letting me play it and being really cool about it and just wanting, people to share his music. And I appreciate that. So that's what we're doing here today. And I would love to hear your opinion on this EP and what you like. I think if you like indie rock and alternative rock, I think you really like this. And it was definitely better than I even expected. So continued success with the band and hope hopefully more music comes out. Thanks a lot for your time, and let's check out 60th Parallel self-titled EP. Just came out at the end of November last month, 2025, on Mezzanine Way Records.
Revolving doors, it's the clouds that lead the hit parade. It's all an act, just don't ask. Those fortune takers on the 13th floor. Parties, trophies, psychology. Don't say anything, just keep pedaling. You were the ring in my ears and the weight on my back. I gave you all far from end, since reality has passed me by, has passed me by. Who will reach, who will hold, who will bleed for you, who will give, who will need, who will love. Looking at the view midnight has to offer me, facing the face of humility, shivering in my dream, losing touch of reason, subject to all memory.